everyone, welcome to Mella's vlog. So today I want to share with you the story of the infant Jesus of Prague. And I want to welcome you to the channel and thank you for being with me and having a cup of coffee with me this morning. And in this channel, I want to use this channel more to share more inspirational stories and stories from different people who might be labeled as famous, to saints, to maybe some biographies of even some of the celebrities, and that may be inspirational to us. But this morning, I tell you, my biggest celebrity, my life and my love is Jesus. And I have the beautiful infant Jesus of Prague statue. This is very old, guys. I mean, very old. My mom had it, and after she had passed, I found this, believe it or not, much like the story goes, and I'm going to read you the story in about 2 minutes of the infant Jesus of Prague. But I had found him broken. He was broken here in a box laying in the sun. This isn't wax, this is plastic. However, it after I read the story, I couldn't believe it, because this statue had also been in this box of Rebel for quite some time. So I don't know exactly how long, but so this is the infant Jesus of Prague, and I'm going to put him over here for a moment, and we're going to talk about the miraculous story and about the miraculous things that have occurred over time. And I'm just going to turn down this music in the background a little bit, guys. Okay, now this story is by actually it's called Infant Prague, prague.org. That's the site, Infant Jesus of Prague. And the history of the infant Jesus of Prague. The original statue of the infant Jesus of Prague was created as a royal gift from a Spanish princess to her Australian royal cousin. The statue of the infant is slender and beautifully modeled figure and is carved of wood, thinly coated with wax. And I'm going to show you a picture of it in a moment. Standing 19 inches tall, with the left foot barely visible under a long white tunic. The left hand encircles a miniature globe. Here's the globe, surmounted by a cross signifying the worldwide kingship of Christ's child. The right hand is extended in blessing, with the first 2 fingers being raised to symbolize the 2 natures of Christ, while the folded thumb and the last 2 fingers touch each other, representing the unity of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit in the mystery of the Blessed Trinity. The face has a strange power of evoking sentiments of deep gratitude of the mystery of God made man. For all his majestic posture and regal attire, the little king of Prague is more striking for his outward expression of human littleness than by the impression of hidden greatness. The wardrobe of the infant is similar to the priest's, one of white linen, the other of lace, covering their dramatic made of silk and velvet, over which is a worn cape. It represents the infant Jesus dressed in royal robes, wearing a crown. He is the King of the universe. This statue I have turned around and I have seen expression in the face of the infant Jesus. I've seen it myself, guys. We're going to talk a bit about that, I believe, in a minute. Later, the statue has been discarded in war, and his hands were destroyed. His hands were destroyed. Found by a Carmelite, he fixed the hands and placed the statue in a place of honor in the Carmelite church in Prague, in Czech Republic. In 1637, Father Cyril, Cyril, prayed before the infant. He was filled with wonder, contemplating the loving God, whom became a child for his people. Suddenly, the statue spoke to the stunned Carmelite. And this is what he said. I'm going to put this down for just a moment, and then I'll hold him again. This is the statue, guys. What the statue. Okay. So what the Carmelite heard from the infant Jesus of Prague is, "Have mercy on me, and I will have mercy on you. Give me hands, and I will give you peace. The more you honor me, the more I will bless you." Many miracles have occurred through the intercession of the divine infant. During one invasion, all of the children of the city were taken to the church for protection. Praying to the infant, they were all saved. For almost 4 centuries, this promise of protection and blessing has inspired devotion and love of the infant Jesus of Prague. The home of the infant Jesus of Prague is in the city of Prague. Some people say Prague. I guess it's like either or. Which is the capital of the Czech Republic. The original statue has been restored and preserved in the Carmelite Church of Our Lady of Victory. The church was returned to the Carmelites after the fall of communism. The statue provides spiritual uplift for millions of people who have adopted the Holy Infant's call for humility, simplicity, and sincerity, and to become little in order to become great, pleasing before Christ the King. You know, guys, being humble today is really a gift in this day and age. It takes contemplation and prayer and great thought, or just an acceptance of Jesus's ways, guys. Devotion to the miraculous infant Jesus celebrates the child of God, the great mystery of the incarnation. The child, as all of us, believes in the humanity and divinity of Christ and rejoices in God's caring, protective love for us. The infant reminds us that God is holding us in the palm of his hand. The effective spiritual meditation is the reason why the infant Jesus of Prague is so continuously appealing to human hearts all over the world, which he has so firmly in his hands. You can find his statue in almost any church, convent, monastery, and house, representing the divine protection toward his devotees. I don't know if any house in America, I think they might be talking about in the Czech Republic. So that's some of the story. I have even more, and we'll take another day, even more detail in this book. This is the infant Jesus of Prague. In this book, there are novenas and prayers to the infant Jesus of Prague. And we're going to take some time and go through these novenas together. There's a novena that is 9 days. So I'll pick a time when I'm pretty sure I won't have interruptions, at least for 9 days, guys, and we'll go through these together. We'll say the prayer together. Please let me know if you're interested in that also. Now, I want to share some other information with you. There's different phenomenon associated with the statue, and it's not just kind of phenomenon, it's very strong phenomenon, spiritual phenomenon. The infant, the phenomenon of the eyes of the infant Jesus of Prague. This is huge. I experience this all the time with the eyes and the expression. It's only a second, but it's so strong, guys. So this refers to the deep spiritual belief in reported miracles centered around the lifelike expression of the eyes of the 16th century wax-coated wooden statue. But it is not just that statue that is there. It is all of them. This one is made of plastic, guys. Devotees historically reported that the eyes seemed to shift, gaze lovingly, and even weep at times in crisis. This particular statue, when I found it, it was broken, and I fixed it. And I had some other linen and fabrics on it, and I put this lace on it to cover him, and I was thinking of painting it, and I said, no, I'm just gonna leave it for now. So the lifelike stare, that's huge. The lifelike stare. The statue housed at the Church of the Lady Victorious in Prague features large, captivating, serene eyes. Believers often describe the gaze as darting sparks of heavenly love and offering personal solace across the space. It's like that. It's a very short, it's hard to explain, but the energy and the vibe and the communication, like the message, I would say in a spiritual manner, is so strong from the infant Jesus of Prague. I've experienced it many times with this statue as I'm praying. Miraculous accounts. Throughout the statue's history, most notably during the 1648 Swedish siege of Prague, devotees claimed the statue wept or turned its gaze away from the violence and toward God. It is frequently credited by the infant Jesus shrine with physical healing, particularly the restoration of sight and granting peace to troubled souls. Spiritual reflection. Theologically, the phenomenon underscores the dual nature of Christ. The tender, piercing eyes remind adherents of the approachability and vulnerability of the Christ child, contrasting with his regal divine power. So this was an AI summary right there that I read. Now, where to experience the devotion? So they give you some places. In your own home, guys. I'm going to give you these places, but in your own home, okay? So the shrine, you can view the original 47 centimeter statue at the Prague Infant Jesus Shrine. So that is in Czech Republic. The wardrobe. The statue is famous for the extensive wardrobe. The museum at the shrine displays dozens of handmade robes gifted by monarchs and devotees from around the world, changed regularly according to liturgical calendar. We're going to make another robe for the infant Jesus of Prague. And I'm going back and forth. I guess I can make a few. So we're going to crochet one. And then I'd like to do a Boro inspired robe. So we're going to do a few, and I'm going to talk about that over on my art channel, Echo Art with Carmela T. So global spread. The devotion has expanded globally with many regional shrines, such as the National Shrine of the Infant Jesus in the U.S., of the widespread Santo Nino devotions of the Philippines, maintaining novenas, processions, and prayer groups dedicated to the Little King. So there is a site called, and I kind of want to visit this. We'll be back on with this. It's called Christian-miracles.com. So Christian Miracles. And it has many stories of miracles. So we're going to be going through those too. But anyway, I wanted to share this with you. The beautiful infant Jesus of Prague. And we'll be talking, like I said, more about him in our next video over on Echo Art with Carmela T. And we'll be going live over there shortly. So with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer.